welcome back to my channel. Today we're talking about holiday collections, holiday palettes, holiday releases. Oh, it's the most wonderful time of the year. I feel like I say that about a lot of stuff, but truly holiday season is supposed to be the most wonderful time of the year, except for the Sephora sale and the Nordstrom anniversary sale. I'm just kidding. You guys know what I mean. But these holiday palettes, holiday time in the makeup world is so exciting. And I feel like in the past 5 years, companies have gotten really crazy and they release collections like all the time, like left and right. But forever, it has always been springtime and holiday time. Like those have been the times where most releases happen. So I feel like my love for holiday releases has just kind of always been around. It's always been that way. And today I figured I would talk to you guys about the holiday releases that I personally recommend, the stuff that I've already picked up, and the stuff that I think is worth the money. I thought about filming a video where we kind of go over all of the holiday stuff and I would maybe like show you screenshots. I feel like there's a lot of people out there that have already done videos like that. So I didn't want to just like, you know, do another one. But let me know if that's something that you would want to see. We can definitely go through like Sephora's website and Ulta's website and see what's out there and talk about it. But I'm going to show you today the stuff that I've already purchased and that I already recommend. Okay, so the first thing I've actually already filmed a video about. I will link it down below if you haven't seen it. But this is the Too Faced Gingerbread Spice eyeshadow palette. I knew as soon as I saw sneak peeks of this that I had to have it. For one, I love Too Faced eyeshadow formula. I will say the formula in their holiday collections isn't always up to par. Like for example, last year I got the like planner, last year their theme was like best year ever, and they had a planner, a big planner they sold at Sephora and a little planner they sold at Ulta, and I got the Ulta one. Okay, let me try not to fall out of my chair here. I got the Ulta one, and here's what it says, best year ever. It was like the little mini one, and the color selection was great, but the formula of this isn't as good as their standard eyeshadow formulas. And I feel like that's kind of how it's been with most of their holiday like box collections. So when I saw, there's a hair on me. When I saw this Gingerbread Spice palette, I was immediately really excited because it's not their typical like holiday box set collection type thing. It's a standalone palette on its own. So I was really hopeful that it would have the same formula as like their Sweet Peach palette or their Chocolate Bar palettes. And thankfully it does. The formula on this is great. If you want to see me swatch the palette, do an eyeshadow look, definitely check out my tutorial down below. But here is basically what it looks like. There's a couple of duds in the palette, but I think overall the colors are very wearable. You can get a really pretty like holiday spicy look out of this, or you can get like a really soft, pretty kind of pink look over here with these colors. You can get an everyday look with some of these brown colors. I've been wearing this pretty much every day to work. On the weekends. It's just really awesome, and it smells, I think it smells like Cabbage Patch Dolls. It doesn't smell like gingerbread, but that's okay. We'll forgive them. And how cute is this? Totally recommend. So Too Faced also released, so the past 3 years they've released a limited edition melted matte lipstick. So the first year it was Peppermint Mocha, and I have that one in there somewhere. I still have it, but it was basically this like hot pink kind of magenta, smells like peppermint mocha, just I think it's called the Candy Cane, but it smells like peppermint mocha. Beautiful melted lipstick. Last year they came out with this Gingerbread Man melted lipstick. Smells like gingerbread man. Smells like a gingerbread man. What am I talking about? It smells like a gingerbread cookie. Oh, it smells so good, like a frosted gingerbread cookie. Beautiful color. I was a little bit like worried about this color because it's kind of orangey, but it looks beautiful on the lips. I'll post a picture in this video of me wearing it so you can see what it looks like. And then this year they re-released Gingerbread Man, and they also released Gingerbread Girl right here. So these are full size. The Peppermint Candy Cane one is full size as well. You know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and swatch it so you can see. So here's Gingerbread Man. You can see it almost has more of like a terracotta, like nude orange color to it. It's so pretty. It smells so good. And then Gingerbread Girl has a hint more red to it, and it's a little bit more of a darker color. So I haven't actually put this one on my lips yet, but I love the formula of the Melted Matte lipsticks. They are just some of the best formulas out there for a matte liquid lipstick. I feel like they don't dry out my lips. They have more of a moussey texture, so they're just easier to apply and so good. So there's Gingerbread Man, Gingerbread Girl. Highly recommend both of those. And then this year they also released a Melted Matte Lipstick kit that has 4 miniature versions of their Melted Matte lipsticks, all in holiday flavors. I believe this one was called the Taste of the Holidays or Sweet Treats or something. I threw away the box, so I don't remember exactly what it was called. But it has sugar cookie, cinnamon bear, pumpkin spice, and hot buttered rum. I will say all of these colors are actually very, very wearable. I have worn all of them so far. So this one I'm swatching right here is hot buttered rum. It smells like butterscotch. Oh my God, so pretty. So it's more of like a, kind of like a mid-toned nude with a hint of a little bit of like an oranginess to it. Pumpkin Pie has definitely more orange. I wore this in my, what video? The last time I filmed, oh, my gingerbread spice tutorial actually, I wore it. So there is what it looks like. Very, very wearable, super pretty. Sugar Cookie I think is going to be a favorite for a lot of people. It's just kind of your typical like nudie peach color. I wish it had a hint more pink to it if I'm being honest, but I think it's very wearable nevertheless. Pumpkin Pie smells like pumpkin. This one smells like vanilla, a little bit of sugar cookie. And then Cinnamon Bear is like a perfect holiday red. It's not like a blue toned red, it's more of a neutrally red. So you got it right there. So yeah, I think that this kit, I want to say it was only like $25 for the kit for all 4 of these, I think. I could be wrong, but I think that that's a really good deal. It was relatively inexpensive, maybe like $30 for all 4 of them. So definitely recommend. All of these are beautiful colors, perfect for the fall, the winter, holiday time, all of that. So those are the products from the Too Faced release that I would definitely recommend. This year I was a little bit unimpressed with Tarte's holiday releases. So they're very similar to Too Faced where they have like Sephora exclusive, Ulta exclusives, and then just like a bunch that go everywhere. This year their theme is like a pineapple, like flamingo theme, which I think works for some climates. I think like tropical or maybe like on the other side of the world where it is warm during Christmas time. But for me, holiday is like wintry and gingerbread and candy canes and not flamingos and like pineapples. So I just wasn't really impressed with really any of the Tarte stuff this year. I will say I didn't swatch any of it. I haven't seen any of it in person. Just what I've seen online, I just was a little bit unimpressed. So that's my thoughts on that. This is a newer one that I just picked up. It's still in the box from Clinique. So this is their Get Cheeky Blush Palette. So this is a 3-pan blush set of their Cheek Pop blushes. Their Cheek Pop blushes are one of my favorite blushes pretty much ever. I own nearly every color. I had a really hard time decluttering like a little bit of them in my blush declutter, but I just love their formula. They're also super duper cute. They're shaped like flowers, and these are 3 full-size pans in here, and it retails for $29. A normal cheek pop, just one singular cheek pop, retails for I think like $21 or $23. So basically for $5-ish more, you're getting 3 additional blushes. The colors in this, they actually don't have it listed on the box. I was noticing. It's kind of weird because why wouldn't they list the colors on the box, right? So the colors aren't listed on the box. The colors aren't listed on the actual product itself, but it is... You know what? Let me pull it up. Okay, the colors in this palette are Pink Honey, Black Honey, and Nude Pop. So why didn't they put that on the packaging? I don't know. I feel like this product was kind of rushed because, to be honest, the packaging is really, really underwhelming. It's like this really cheap feeling like plastic, and it's connected with a piece of cardboard. So the plastic doesn't even like connect the lid to the pan. it's connected with like this cardboard covering. There isn't a mirror in it, yet it looks like there should be. Like there's a lip where there should be a mirror, and it just feels very cheap. So I wonder if they can sell it for so cheap because the packaging is so cheap. Like maybe they skimped on the packaging in order to give you more value. I don't know. So I will say it is kind of a like underwhelming, just kind of cheaply made palette. But the formula of the blushes seems to be the same as their standard cheek palettes. And when I was looking for it online, I noticed a standard cheek pop is actually $24. So for $5 more, literally $5.50 more, you're getting 2 additional blushes. I have Nude Pop in a full size, and it's one of my favorite blushes. It just works very, very well for fair skin. I'm a nude blush fan. So you can kind of see there, it adds just a beautiful kind of hint pinch of color. Black Honey is this middle one right here. And this would be super, super pretty for like a fall look. It actually would be really pretty with what I'm wearing right now. You can see it has more of like a berry kind of mauvey undertone. I think that would work really well for medium or deep skin tones. And then Pink Honey, I don't think would work well for deep skin tones, but definitely will work for medium fair. It just has more of a pinky neutralness to it. So you can see Nude Pop is more of a peach nude. Then you have like your mauve, pink, and then like your neutral pinky pink right there. These do feel definitely like they are the same formula as the standard cheek pops, just really buttery, just really creamy. They apply super duper well. And heck, if you can get 3 pans for $29, like what a steal. I did notice that this palette has been selling out very, very quickly on Clinique's website, on Sephora's website. So I actually had to basically stalk the Sephora website, and when it came in stock at the Sephora near me, I had to go pick it up in person. I called them ahead of time. I was like, do you have any of that in stock? And she was like, yeah, I just got the shipment today. I was like, okay, well, can you put one aside for me? And I picked it up same day. So it's a little bit difficult to get your hands on. The packaging is a little bit cheap, but the actual product itself, which is what matters the most, is a good deal, good colors. Highly recommend. Okay, the last holiday product I want to talk to you guys about are the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Palettes. So I've talked to you, sprinkled here and there throughout a few of my videos, about how this is the first year I've allowed myself to purchase one of these palettes. These palettes are very expensive. They're $80 each. They release one every holiday season. They've released 3 of them up until this point, and this year they released 2 different versions. So basically what Hourglass has done in the past is they will make like a miniature pan version of kind of their top selling products of that year and put it into this little palette, and they call it their Ambient Lighting Edit Palette. So you have volume 1, volume 2, volume 3. This is volume 4. I think the past year, maybe last 2 years, they've sprinkled in like a new exclusive shade, but for the most part, the entire palette has been existing shades. And for a fan like me, I already own all of those existing shades in like the actual palette form. So like I have all of the Hourglass blushes, I've tried their bronzers, I have their setting powders and their ambient lighting powders and stuff like that. So for me, a palette with existing colors wasn't appealing. Additionally, I noticed that the pan sizes are just so stinking small. And the first year it was released, I was like, well, I'm not gonna spend $80 on those little teeny tiny pan sizes. Come to realize these pan sizes are actually pretty decent. It takes me a very long time to finish a blush, to finish a bronzer. Even to finish these like all over face powders, it takes me a very long time to finish an entire full-size pan of them. So in reality, these size pans are actually perfect. It's just at first I was kind of like, ugh, like, you know, like that's not big enough. You know, little did I know. But anyways, so yeah, this is the first year I've allowed myself to purchase because all the colors in both of these are brand new to me. And in fact, I think all the colors in this one are brand new in general, not just to me. I think these are all new colors. I could be wrong, but I think so. The Edit 4, the Volume 4, does have repeat colors in it. And I guess I did lie. I do have one of these in a single pan. I have the Face Powder Dim Light in a single pan, but everything else is brand new to me. And they've now incorporated their strobing powders with their ambient lighting powders to make just like a really good all-in-one palette. Additionally, I really wanted to try their bronzers. I tried their original bronzers. They released 2 different formulas. It was like 3 years ago and I wasn't a fan, but they've kind of reformulated and come out with different colors, and this palette has a bronzer in it and this palette has a bronzer in it. So I really wanted to try those, so I kind of figured, okay, if I'm gonna buy the bronzer, which is like $50, I might as well buy the whole palette with, you know, blushes and all that. So needless to say, I was able to justify the purchase in my mind. So I did pick them both up this year. They both are limited edition exclusive holiday palettes, so make sure you grab them before they sell out. But this first one here is the Ambient Lighting Edit Unlocked palette. So you can see, if you look at them side by side, they are very different. I mean, they're similar but different. So this one has your traditional ambient lighting swirled within the blushes and the bronzer, whereas this one you can see doesn't have those swirls. It's more of like the product in general is just all over infused with the ambient lighting powder. So you get it more throughout the product as opposed to getting a swirl, which varies from palette to palette. So I thought that was very interesting. This is the first one I got. This one was released first and then this one was released second. So when I got this, I was kind of like, oh, did I get a bad pan? Like, why don't I have any of those swirls in it? Come to realize that's just how the palette is. So this palette has 2 setting or finishing powders, 1 bronzer, 2 blushes, and 1 metallic strobe powder. I feel like all the colors are very wearable. The only one that I'm a bit confused by is this middle color right here. And I say I'm confused by it because for my skin tone, it's too dark for an all-over setting powder. So it's kind of like a very, very light bronzer that I can use it for. But everything else is super wearable. I mean, the colors are just to die for. You have like a peachy nude blush. You have a pink blush right there. This highlighter is actually what I'm wearing on my cheeks today. So you can see it's just a beautiful, beautiful highlighter. The bronzer is a little bit more orangey than I would typically go for, but it doesn't seem to come off that way on my face. See, this is that middle color. I'll show you guys. I'll turn off the ring light and I'll show you. And then this all over face setting powder is really nice for like under the eyes or all over the face. So let me turn this off so you guys can see a little bit better. So there's the blushes, there's the strobe powder, there's the bronzer, there's that middle bronzer, and then the face powder. I mean, it's basically my skin tone, so it's very difficult to see. But yeah, so there's the bronzer. You can see it's a little bit on the orangey side, but it's not awful. I've actually worn it quite a bit. I contour with it occasionally. So it's not like a sparkly, none of these have like sparkle, glitter, chunkiness to them. They just have that ambient lighting kind of swirled in there, and then there's the highlight without the ring light. So there is that palette, and then the volume 4 palette. Let's see, ring light come back on, there we go. So you have dim light, which I already know and love. I use this as an all over kind of finishing powder, setting powder. It does have a bit of a peachiness to it, but it works for a setting powder for me. The one next to it is diffused light, which has a bit of a yellowness to it. I've been using this to set my under eyes and it works so stinking well, you guys. Like, it's brightening and it's going to be a little bit difficult to see because it is very similar to my skin tone. The highlighter is one of their strobe powders. So their strobe powders are just a little bit more intense than their typical ambient lighting powders. In case you're wondering, like, what's the difference? Their strobing powders can also have a little bit of glitter in them, but it doesn't like stick around. The glitter definitely kind of goes away once it's on your face. So that one's more of like a champagne opal, whereas the original one is more of like a pow, kind of a white gold, just a little bit more iridescent. The bronzer is really nice in this one. I feel like it's definitely more on the cool side, which I can appreciate for my skin tone. The peach blush is super peachy, super pretty. I feel like that'd be a really pretty summer color. And then this more purpley berry blush is beautiful in what I'm wearing today. So there's some swatches right there for you. And then here's what it looks like without the ring light. So highly recommend either or both of those palettes, especially if you've been wanting to test out Hourglass products. This is a good way to get a whole lot all in one. So yeah, those are the holiday products this year that I recommend. If there's any must-haves that I haven't touched on yet, let me know. What do I need to pick up? And what are you guys picking up from this holiday season? And yeah, let me know if you want to see a video where I kind of go over what's available and maybe what I would like to purchase. I don't know. Let me know if that's something you guys would want to see. And that is all for now. I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.